Well, good evening, students. Welcome to English 121 at CCR 094. My name is Val Lotz, and I'm going to show you today how to set up your headers for your paper, how to put in page numbers, how to center your titles, all of that. So this is just kind of presupposing if you don't know anything about MLA. This is MLA setup only. We're not doing APA, okay? So first things first, in MLA, the default currently is Calibri and a Calibri font and 11-point font. So most instructors, many instructors, myself personally, I prefer Times New Roman and 12-point. I would just check the syllabus for your classes and make sure, or if it's not listed, just ask your instructor. Some instructors won't care. They'll tell you Calibri 11-point font is fine. There's similar fonts. For me personally, I do like 12-point Times New Roman font. I think it's easier to read. So anyways, that's how you change that. You click here, you select the font, you click on that one, you select the size. Now if you want to change it for this document and every document moving forward, you can select on this drop down menu and it gives you those same options, but then it says, hey, do you want to set this as your default? And it asks you, do you want to do it for this document only, or do you want to do it for all documents based on the normal template? And that just means all normal Word documents that are not newsletters or something like that. And you can say all documents that are based on the normal template, and OK, and it should save it like that moving forward. Alright, so now we're going to do the basic header. We don't want to use the header option. A lot of students try to do this, but if you use the header option, then it puts the header on every single paper, and you don't want that. So for the header, your cursor's already going to be at the right place on the left hand side, and you're not changing any of the margins because the margins are already defaulted at what they need to be for MLA. So student first and last name, then you're going to do your instructor's name, so my name, and the class. A lot of students want to put in the assignment. You don't actually put the assignment, you put the class, and then you're going to put in the date. The date format for MLA is rather strange. It's going to feel counterintuitive, but you put in the day in number format, a space. You'll write out the month, another space. You will write out the year. Okay? Again, I know that feels counterintuitive, but that's the way the MLA asks for it. So there it is. Next, we will center the title. So these up here are called justifications. Left justification, center justification, right justification, and full justification. You really use left and center the most in writing your papers for an MLA. Full justification, you're probably used to seeing this in newspaper articles and in books that you read, but you won't use it. And right, you could do it like if you're going to set up something on the right hand side of your paper, but that's kind of rare, and I've not ever seen in a student paper as being necessary. So for the next step would be the titles. So let's say your first assignment, literacy narrative or lollipop assignment, whatever it is for you. So literacy narrative, you'd hit enter, and the left justification. Now the first line of every paragraph is indented. All you have to do for that is hit the tab key. Your tabs should be preset to be at about 5, so here. So that's where my cursor is. And see this little L that went there? That means a left tab. That's where you should automatically, your cursor should automatically go there when you hit the tab key. That's in Google Docs. That should be whether you have a Mac or not. That should be automatically the way it is. If it's not set up that way, you can type in set tabs or tabs. Let's see what happens when we do that. insert tab alignment. We want to if you have trouble with your tabs, let me know, and I can meet you online and help you set them up. Okay? So that's kind of the basics with that. The next thing you need to know is about putting a page number in. So for a page number, you go to the Insert tab. I will tell you, if you use online Microsoft Word, even after you put in your page numbers won't show up until you print the document. So don't get frustrated if you put in your page numbers and you can't see them, because for some reason on the online form, I think even if I remember correctly, even Google Docs, when you put in your page numbers, you can't see those either until you print the actual paper. So insert, and on the about 3/4 of the way down, it says header, footer, and page number. Don't use header, use page number. Top of page, and it pops out these options. And you're going to go to the third one down. You'll type in your last name, the space, and then you'll say close header footer, and that's that. The other thing you might need to know how to do is spacing. Let me show you spacing real quick. Spacing is usually has an icon about like this, and again, most of this will be pretty similar if you have Google Docs. It's a little bit more, I don't know, ambiguous, I guess would be the word, on a Mac. So this is single spacing, 1 1/4, 1 1/2. I don't know of any times that you use 1 1/4, but, and then double spacing. So your paper shouldn't be in single spacing. It's very rare. For everything in this class, I want it in double spacing, please. So if you happen to have your papers like this, let's say you just forget about it, or you just type it this way because you don't really care, right? Then you can go back, and this button over here says select all, and you can say, you use this paragraph button, do line spacing, double, okay. Now I didn't necessarily have to do it that way. I could also just go here, double. I don't want to have spaces that two paragraphs of the same style, so that's why I hit that. And there we go. And that's how you set up a paper. So hope you use this as a reference. Hope this helps. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out. But again, this is just for MLA, not APA. We are using MLA 8 for this class. One note on that, if you are familiar on references and you've used this before, don't use the references tab. Here's why. Because on APA, we're now on APA 7. This is 6th edition. We're on MLA, we're heading into MLA 9. We're still using 8th edition in this class, but this is 7th edition. So as you can see, Microsoft Word is way behind in its citation styles. So I would not recommend using the references tab to set up your references, because it will not be correct and you'll lose points doing that. Okay, so my recommendation to you. Alright, thank you. Let me know if you have any additional questions, and have a great evening.